I'm here with Dr. Gary Kirsh, who's the president of the Urology Group and a Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk partner in Cincinnati. He now joins me as we continue our Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk celebration in Ohio. Dr. Kirsh is a founder and president of the large Urology Group Practice Association and past chairman at UroPac, and a good friend of mine. Gary, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being with us today. How are you?
Jamie, I'm doing very well, thank you, and it's great to be with you and appreciate everything you do.
Now, as I referenced, you're extremely active and extremely passionate beyond urology and treating patients. You're also very active and passionate about advocacy for doctors and for patients as well, and health policy on the national level. What makes you so passionate about advocacy?
Well, it's a good question, Jamie, and if you ask 9 or 10 people, you ask 10 people, are you interested in working and grinding it out in Washington, D.C. to fight for what you believe in? And at least 9 out of 10 will say, no, I don't want any part of that, because it's tough, it's confusing. Some people view it as unsavory. But the fact of the matter is, in healthcare, all roads lead to Washington. Everything that affects what we do as physicians, and frankly affects the care of our patients, most of it is determined somewhere in Washington. And there's an old Washington saying that I didn't make up, and it's well-worn, it's tired, but the old saying is, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. So the point is if we don't have folks such as yourself, myself, that have a seat at the table, whether it be with the Congress, the administration, and the regulatory agencies, then our interests, both as physicians and the interests of our patients, particularly in prostate cancer, will be trampled over. We just have to be there.
That's right, and we're excited at Zero to bring all of our Zero champions together and our advocates. Every year we have our summit to end prostate cancer, and at the top of that menu is being able to advance prostate cancer research funding, which has led to many treatments that help patients throughout Ohio and the country for that matter. And I know that you've been very active in that as well. So I thank you for.
No problem. If I could comment, another big advocacy issue that we've both been active in over time is preserving access to PSA testing. And we all understand that the PSA is not a perfect test, but it's still a very important test. And there's been a lot of misconceptions about PSA testing in Washington, and it's been through all of our collective advocacy that we've been able to preserve access to men learning if they have prostate cancer.
And now today we're celebrating our Ohio Run Walks today virtually. And it's a bit different. We've partnered together in years past for a number of years. This year is a bit different because of COVID and what's going on than our races that we've had in past years. But it's just as important to honor patients, caretakers, and their families, right?
100%. And so, Jamie, I would say, you've brought up COVID, and we can't escape COVID right now. That's why we're doing this. It's a change in our lives. Hopefully it's a temporary change. I'm sure it's a temporary change in our lives. I'd be surprised. Our one run walk is usually in September. I'd be surprised if we can't do it next year in September. I really think we'll be back. But meanwhile, this year, because everything has changed and upside down, we got to remind the public, we have to remind ourselves that just because we're in a difficult period with COVID, everything else doesn't stop. We still have to pay attention to prostate cancer survivors. We still have to raise awareness of the condition. We don't want men putting their head in the sand for a whole year and forgetting about Prostate Cancer Awareness Month and other activities that keep the ball moving forward on making sure men get access to cure.
Dr. Kirsh, thank you so much for being part of the Zero family and for being Zero strong during these uncertain times. And thank you for joining us today to help make our Ohio Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk celebration all that much more special.
Jamie, all of your viewers should know what a great job you and your organization do on behalf of the public, the American public, with respect to prostate cancer. So we want to thank you, because without Zero, I don't think we'd be nearly as far as we are today. So we thank you as well.